What's going on, everybody? We are back from the episode of Not Cool in High School. If you're going to see a couple episodes here, me rocking the same Warriors t-shirt. I don't wear the same t-shirt for multiple days in a row. I am recording these. I'm recording a bunch of episodes in one day to get like a little backlog. Full disclosure, I'm looking at possibly restructuring how this content's going to be made. The podcast and the YouTube stuff is essentially dying. I'm getting 30 plays per episode. Subscribers aren't really growing. The interviews no one cares about. People told me they didn't like wrestling, so bring other content and I would come, and I did, and nobody came. So I'm gonna keep it going just because I generally enjoy doing them, but I'm not gonna push as hard. I'm gonna be honest. I'm using editing software that I don't know how to really operate and work or know how to do, but I'm doing it because my other one is just unusable, and I'm not paying $60 a month and paying that on top of a bunch of other services to make content when the content's really not growing or being watched or anything. And I don't see the value in paying money for stuff to make the content possibly better when it's really not being watched anyway. That's my little soapbox. It's nothing personal, but I think I'm gonna gear more into live streaming and vlogging. That's gonna be my thing going forward. And if I do a podcast here and there, it might be, once a week or every other week, and who knows what you get. One week you might get an interview, one week you might get a movie review, sometimes you might get 4 movie reviews. It just depends on how they're made or how I go about doing it. So it might be a Truth Behind Illusion in there. That's kind of where I'm gonna go and grow and see how it goes. But it's just, I don't know, everyone says consistency, and I don't know anyone else who's been as consistent as me in the past, 7 years of doing this. And the clips, I'm posting clips in all these different platforms and really grinding and take a lot of time to make the clips, and they don't get any views and they don't get any shares, and the people who are even in them aren't sharing them. So it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of wasted motion, I guess, and I can put it towards things that I don't know, that more fulfilling in life and more fun as I play with rocks real quick. But yeah, so that's just a little housekeeping for the channel. Not all of you that watch all the stuff across are gonna hear that, but I might repeat this in a few other videos just to let other people know. But this is Deadpool versus Wolverine. I'm not reading from Wikipedia. I'm not reading for IMDb because I feel like that's disingenuous. I'm gonna just talk as if I'm a moviegoer or a movie fan. I'm like I tell you, I'm restructuring everything, and I'm coming at it more authentic. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I'm just turning the camera on and being me, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But Deadpool vs. Wolverine is a movie. I did see this. I only really watched it once. I enjoyed it, but I didn't really pay attention, if that makes sense. But now I'm going to sit down and really get into it for a movie review and talk about everything. I'm not sure when this came out. I think it was late last year. I don't know if it won any awards or anything. I don't really keep up with that. But this is essentially the 3rd Deadpool movie, and the first time that Hugh Jackman is going to reprise Wolverine and go with Deadpool. He's going to wear the iconic suit that we've been waiting for forever. I'm really not going to go. I have the trailer queued up, but I think I'm just going to skip the trailer and just go right into the movie. I do like the superhero movies. I think they are getting a little burnt out for me. I think I'm getting superheroed out, only because I feel like it's kind of getting back to where superhero movies were before, where I feel like they don't really watch the source material and people are just taking superhero movies because they're there. And before it was good to be in a superhero movie. At first it sucked to be in a superhero movie, oh, I'm doing a superhero movie. Then it got really popular, and now it's fading again, and people aren't taking it as seriously, and I think it translates to non-comic book fans or superhero fans, that it doesn't feel authentic to the source material. And that's kind of where we're getting, in my opinion, for superhero movies, and that's why I'm kind of falling out of love with them. But yeah, so this one is essentially 2 titans that everybody wanted to see on the screen are going to do it. Maybe this will be the reboot of something cool with the Marvel Universe, and see how it goes. But yeah, so I'm pumped. I think when it comes about how did you hear about this and stuff, I mean, it was all over the internet. If you haven't heard about Deadpool vs. Wolverine, you might have been in a coma during that point of time, or you were just completely turned off from the outside world because it was fucking everywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna really go into it, watch it, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then tell you what stood out to me. But I'll see you guys in a little bit, and I'm gonna go watch the movie. And we're back. We're back. So I watched it for the second time now. I enjoyed it. It's a good movie. It was a good send-off to the 20th Century Fox cast. I don't know. I'm just kind of going by what I think I've heard and stuff like that. But I think the way it worked is all the 20th Century Fox movies, all the rights have now lapsed, and now they're all going over to Disney, Marvel. So they're all able to combine all those characters. I think the only one still off the table, like he's not owned by Disney, but they have an agreement to use him, is still the Hulk and Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken. I think everybody else is on the table and they're all moving over. So they did a nice job of incorporating some 20th Century Fox people in there. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. There was some cool Wolverine cameo, so we got to see the dead body of Logan from the Logan movie where he does die. We had a comic accurate short king Wolverine. He's not actually 6 foot tall. He's 5'3", so they did like a little CG, like a version of a 5'3" Hugh Jackman. We got the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, where he only has one hand. We got to see the eye patch Wolverine. I believe that was a disguise deal. I'm not sure, I'll be honest. We had Old Man Logan. We got to see him. We got to see Crucified Wolverine, which was he was like on a giant cross. That's from a comic book. Then we got to see the classic John Bryan brown and tan Wolverine, which is my favorite. And we got to see a little bit of a Hulk in the reflection of the claws, which is the debut outfit of Wolverine. We got to see Henry Cavill as Wolverine. Maybe that's a thing in the future. Maybe he takes over the role. And then we got the world's worst Wolverine, which ended up being the Wolverine that's in the movie. The movie had tons of cameos. I'm getting this from a website, so I'm going to kind of list them off here. We had Thor. We got Henry Cavill. We got Blade as Wesley Snipes. We got Elektra by Jennifer Gardner. We got Gambit as Channing Tatum. So that movie never happened, but it never got picked up. But now it looks like as if he is going to be the Disney's version of Gambit. I believe he's being announced for one of the new movies coming up. We got the Hulk. We got Hogan by Jon Favreau. Johnny Storm as a Human Torch by Chris Evans, which is fun. X-23 came back, Laura. Ladypool, which Blake Lively. B-15 came in. Toad was in the movie. Pyro, Juggernaut, Lady Deathstrike. She was like in a little in the fight scene. They didn't really make a huge thing of her. Ant-Man, the dead body of Ant-Man. Azrael, which I thought was Mephisto at first, but it's Azrael. Sabretooth. Psylocke, which was not the Psylocke that we had before, just a version of Psylocke. Callisto, the big cloud thing, Alf, I don't know how to say his name. Stan Lee made an appearance on a billboard on the van, or on the bus. Dance Pool, which I don't know who that is. Head Pool, Kid Pool. Let's see. Kid Pool was played by another than his daughter. That was pretty fun. Baby Pool, which is supposed to be, I guess, one of the Ryan Reynolds' kids. Dog Pool, which steals the show. Cowboy Deadpool, which was Matthew McConaughey. Paul Millen Welshpool. Welshpool is a variant of him to support his soccer team that he owns, Wrexham FC, which is pretty cool. Canada Pool, which is his stunt double, but it was a thing. Waltai, which was Deadpool as Ronan. We got Deadpool 2099. Rob McElhenney as the TVA soldier. Did not know he was in there. That's pretty fun. Zenpool, the Russian from Punisher. The Blob. Nice Pool. Bullseye. I did not know he was there. Quill. Archlight. Harold Pool, which was team up with Tom Holland, Spider-Man for Deadpool, but he's got to sell for his younger brother. So they got Harry Holland instead of Tom Holland because he couldn't get the actual guy to play it. But that's pretty fun. I like it. The movie was a lot of fun. The comedy was good. The villain didn't grab me. I'm going to be honest. It's another Marvel movie where the villain doesn't grab me very well. A lot of funny lines, though. The music was fantastic. Great soundtrack. But it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend people to go see it. I would definitely give the Deadpool vs. Wolverine movie a 4. I think it's a 4. I'm not protecting it here on this one. I think it was really fun. I can't wait to see where Marvel goes in the next couple movies. And if we get more Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, or if we're getting a new cast for Wolverine going into the new appearance of the X-Men, hopefully in the new movies coming up. Quick shout out to Lily, who's been doing really cool stuff with the background. I don't know if I can show it off here, but a little bit of some new dibs there. The new shelves have been put in, so background looks great. Thank you to her for working on that with the girls, making the new shelves. But that's going to be it for Not Cool in High School. Going to record another one here today. Try to get a horror movie one done, because I think I'm due. But yeah, some great stuff coming down the pipe. Like I said, I don't know how consistent it's going to be, because I said the views really aren't there. But, you know, just have some fun with it, and what comes. Once I get caught up financially, I'm going to start bringing some game streams back and doing that. So be on the lookout for some game streams and some wrestling watch-alongs. But until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. We're out of here.